Hello there. This is a video, my first video, not about small dogs, but about ukuleles, of all things. Now, I've been playing for about 4 or 5 weeks, no longer than that, and stop making that noise, you're putting me off. Okay, first of all, I decided for whatever reason to go off and buy a ukulele, okay, and I ended up going off and buying a little Carla. In fact, this wasn't the first one I bought. I bought a cheap one before, then I decided to go off and spend £260 on this sort of Carla solid acacia wood, which was absolutely lovely. It was beautiful. But being a beginner, I found lots of chords quite difficult and quite sort of awkward. And so I decided, you know, like the D or the B minor, and things like this. I think I've only got small hands, but I still couldn't get some of the chords. So, not thinking, I went off and bought. Oh well, doesn't. I'm not thinking. I went up. I don't know why she did that. Oh yeah, this is the one that I normally whack her over the head with. No, I'm only joking. I'm joking. It's a joke. It's a joke. So I went off and bought a tenor acacia, which is lovely. And by the way, look at that headstock. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. But, and don't expect anything fantastic because, as I said, I've only been playing for about 4 or 5 weeks. But I kind of kept on going back to the soprano, you know? I don't know why. I just like the shape of it. It's kind of, I don't know, I ride a motorcycle a lot of the times as well, so I'd like to sort of something I can either sort of put on my back or sort of carry around, or you know, take it with me. And that's one of the things that appealed to me with a ukulele. And that it's so small, it's so kind of cute. You know, I tried to learn the piano some years ago when my daughter was very, very young. I think she got up to grade 7 when I was still on grade 1. I bought her a piano, I bought myself a piano, but it didn't quite work out. And I don't think she plays it now either, but that's besides the point. But doing a lot of research and spending a lot of time on the internet, there was another soprano what got my attention. Excuse me. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's over here. Okay, and it's this. It's the Kiwaya, and this is a KTS5, but I originally got a KTS4. But even though the 4 was absolutely beautiful, and I remember when it first arrived, and I got it from Southern Ukulele in the UK. Really nice people, very, very helpful. It was the transformation between the Carla to the Kiwaya was extraordinary. It's almost like driving, with all due respect to Carla, like a sort of a cheapy car. It's like passing your driving test for the first time. You drive around in a cheapy car, and then you borrow your mum's more expensive car, and it's absolutely lovely to drive. It's so much easier, and it's a little bit like that with ukes. I spend a lot of time riding motorcycles, and you know, I ride a BMW now, but I mean, compared to I can't really think of anything. Well, I'm not going to talk about motorcycles in any case. But in any case, so I started got the KTS4, and it was lovely. And I paid $399 for it, which is quite a lot of money, actually, because I've only been playing for a very short period of time. And but it's a bit plain. Ken Middleton on YouTube, brilliant reviews. He's a smashing guy. I've learned so much from YouTube and all the different sort of personalities. But he's reviewed the KTS4, and even he picks up that it's a little bit plain looking, but that seems to suit him. But I like a little bit of bling. I also spent some time, I should have made some notes here because I keep on going off on a tangent, but I also spent some time before I bought the KTS4 on eBay bidding for a KTS7, which is a very expensive instrument. It was £800. They're £800 new, and I think I got up to about £600, and then I chickened out. The likelihood is that I buy it, and when it's sent to me, that there'll be something wrong with it, or the head's hanging off or something. I'm sure that wouldn't have been the case, but just in case. So I thought I'd just stick with the 4, and I was, to an extent, I was quite happy with that. And but it would be sort of like laying around. Don't leave your ukuleles laying around, and this is why I shall explain. And I'd look at it and I think, I still prefer the look of the Kala, the solid wood acacia Kala. It's just so pretty, you know, with the ornamentation or decoration on the fretboard, and especially with, I can't find it, with this one here, with the tenor. I mean, look at that, it's absolutely gorgeous. But the playability in regards to the Kiwaya was second to none, so of course the Kiwaya was gorgeous. But it was that, it was you know, remember with the 4, it only had sort of the board went up to 12 frets. So I contacted Southern, and they said that if I paid an extra £70, that they would let me sort of upgrade, if you like, to the 5. So I shot down to Bournemouth and picked up the 5. Fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. It was just beautiful. I just love it. I love these. That night, oh, by the way, they decided, or it was suggested, that I should take the original strings off the Kiwaya and put on some Worth's Clear. I wanted Worth's Brown purely because I thought that I wouldn't be able to see the clears at night time, because when I practice at night time, it's quite a dimly lit room, and I can't see the strings half the time. But in any case, I went with the clears, and I put the clears on, and it was wonderful. But when I noticed that when I was tensioning the strings, that one of the tuning keys was slightly loose, so I got a screwdriver and sort of nipped it up. It's quite a hefty screwdriver, well, to an extent, but it seems hefty, and this is the reason why. This was laying on this sort of a bed here, and as I was clearing stuff off the bed, I dropped the screwdriver on to the edge of the this delicate mahogany soundboard and dented it. I nearly died. Do you know, a couple of years ago, or some years ago now, I sort of spent £20,000 on an electric light Harley Davidson, and on the second day I dropped something on the fuel tank again and chipped it. So I had to live with this for the next sort of 5 years, glancing down at this chip on the paintwork. Oh my God. And suddenly, the funny thing is, I feel much more protective towards a £500 ukulele than I do a £20,000 Harley Davidson, and I'm not too sure why. I think I connect with this more of an emotional level. Well, I don't know. So I was like devastated, and I thought, what on earth can I do? Once again, I went back onto YouTube, and you could steam it out. Well, to cut a long story short, I got a sock, put it under the tap so it's saturated, and got a very, very hot clothes iron, and I put the wet sock on where the dent was, and put the iron on top of it, fingers crossed, and the dent came out. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I think I rang everybody up and told them. It's just extraordinary, you know. So that is a lesson. So now every time I play this, or every time I finish playing it, it goes back into the case, and I've got a beautiful, nice, solid wood case to protect it. But coming back to this, it's so easy to play. Compared to the other 2 Kalas. So if you can afford it, I mean, really, if you can. I mean, I'm just sort of recommending the Kiwaya. I mean, there's obviously lots of fantastic makes out there, but this just, it just blows me away. I just love it. You know, it's like Christmas morning, when you're a kid, you open up a Christmas present. You know, it's like that every time I open up the case. It's there. I feel so excited. I've got so much energy. And I just love the tone and the quality and the playability. I even love the smell of it. There's a guy in Canada, I forgot what your name is, but I think you're a smashing guy. Black hair, like a bob. Forgot what your name is. But in any case, and you're smelling your Martins. You like your Martins. Have you ever smelled a Kiwaya? Highly recommend it. Mind you, I've never smelled a Martin, to be quite honest. But I'm just loving this so much. So I could have saved myself quite a lot of money. And actually, if I didn't buy the Kalas, the tenor and the soprano acacias, I could have bought myself a KTS5, couldn't I? Which is what I originally wanted, but I'm not. I don't suppose I'll ever do that. But well, maybe I will. Who knows? But I'm very happy with this KTS5. Absolutely love it. Do suggest you change the strings though. I know nothing about ukuleles, but even I could tell there's a massive difference. The original strings that they had on the Kiwayas, to me they felt somewhat plasticky. But there you go. I'm not going to play anything because I'm rubbish, you know. But I keep on G7C. That's how good I am. Give me a couple of weeks. I promise I'll play you something. Okay, but there you go. That's a sort of a mini review. I hope that made some sense to you. But don't do what I do and rush into things. Do some research, think about it. And by the way, there's a couple of Carlas down here if anybody wants to buy one. Only a couple of weeks old. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon.